Hey, YouTube friends and Twitter friends and TikTok. um, I felt like God wanted me to make a video of my testimony or my life story, so here's my story. When I was 6, my dad attempted to rape me, which seems really weird and crazy that an adult man would do that, but he did. But it didn't work because the little courageous me at age 6 still knew that it was wrong, so I jumped out of the bed. And when my mom came home from getting groceries, I told her, I said, "Mommy, I have to tell you about something yucky." And I told her, Daddy put his pee-pee in my private, which it didn't enter. So I think she did have me checked out to see if they could tell if I was damaged, but I was fine. It was just on the outside. Anyways, she called Focus on the Family, which is why I still think that organization is awesome. They saved my life, really. She called Focus on the Family, told them basically like as a prayer request about what happened. And then the guy on the phone said, well, I'm a mandated reporter, so I have to report this. So then my dad went to jail, but his lawyer got him off on an easy charge of just a lewd act with the child. So he was sentenced for a year. Then it got shortened based on good behavior to 6 months. When he got out, me and my mom and my brother were living in one of my grandma's houses. She had a duplex. And he was living behind us in the camper trailer. And I remember in that time, my dad and my grandma didn't really get along. And my mom just said it was because they were so similar. But obviously, I'm sure she was mad about, what happened. Anyways, we were all going to family counseling. And the counselor said that he was healed. And that my parents could, be married again and reunite. So they did. But a year later, they divorced because my mom was upset that he didn't want to go to counseling anymore. He didn't even want to go to church. I don't know why. I guess there was a woman at church that he was like, that he liked or something, and my mom could tell, so maybe that's why he didn't want to go. But I guess he started drinking more beer at night. He would drink like 2 instead of 1 every night. So anyways, all those were the reasons why my mom decided to divorce him, which was hard for me at the time, but obviously overall it was a wise thing to do, considering what he did, and that his mind was just like that crazy, And then the other big part of my story is that I got divorced about 3 years ago, and it was almost the same situation, not with the molest thing, but that my ex-husband went crazy. It wasn't so much that he didn't want to go to church, he wanted to go to the wrong kinds of churches. They were like charismatic, like where they do like the falling, the sign and the spirit thing, which to me that always seemed like demonic, like that puts evil spirits on people. But he wouldn't listen to me about that. So basically, that's why we got divorced, because he wouldn't listen. That I kept telling him, you shouldn't do that, and he wanted to do it anyways. It was like he was like a junkie or a druggie. Like he had to keep running back to that spiritual high drug, which I think it was a high from Satan, but he thought it was a high from the Holy Spirit. It's probably going to be a confusing thing in the church for a while, because a lot of people think that the Holy Spirit can get you high, which he can, like a little bit, but it's not supposed to be like an everyday thing. It's like a selective experience for, special encounters, like when you get saved. So it's just like a one-time thing, or it was meant to be. Anyways, yeah, I will say one time I kind of got high in the spirit, and that was when I got the gift of tongues. And I kept laughing as if I was drunk, but I wasn't. Like, I didn't drink anything. So, and this was with my ex-husband. We were, like, laughing for, like, a half hour as I was, like, speaking in my tongue, because it was, like, funny. Anyways, how I got the tongue was we were just laying in bed, talking. And I told him, I confessed to him that sometimes I would fantasize about imaginary people when masturbating. Like I wasn't thinking about him. So I felt like I needed to like confess that. Anyways, that's when it's like it just fell down from heaven, and I just started speaking the tongue, which was really interesting because like my whole life, my whole Christian life walk, I had been curious about it and I had wanted it, and then it just happened, like, you know, like no one laid hands on me or anything. I wasn't like praying for it in that moment, so it was really cool. We were going to a church at the time. It was Pentecostal. And they did some sermons on it. And I had a friend that was trying to help me experience that and get that gift. So the song playing now is We Don't Talk Anymore. It's a good song about breakups. I think that is what happens with the deteriorating of relationships, is that, you know, you just stop talking and you don't value each other anymore. You don't text, you don't call them when they're at work. You know, you just you start ignoring each other. So I would just say, as a warning to any of you out there that are married or with someone, just have a significant other, that you don't stop talking. You know, keep sharing your heart with each other, because that's really important. God would want you to. And the Bible does say that God hates divorce. The main verse on divorce, Jesus said, a man shall leave his father and mother and be united unto his wife, so that the two become one. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no man separate. So, that was Jesus' opinion on divorce. And obviously, I hate it. I regret it that I divorced, but I felt like that was the only way for me to have peace, you know. And sometimes it's needed, but I would advise any of you out there to avoid it if you can, and prevent it by communicating and valuing each other and not leaving each other out in the cold. So I think that's how it all starts, you know. I think I started ignoring my ex-husband, or I don't know. He became common to me. I didn't value him. And I took him for granted, and I thought that I would always have him. So, you know. But you just never know what tomorrow will bring. Anyways, God loves y'all, and I hope y'all have a Merry Christmas. Don't do too much shopping, because it's not good to be greedy. God bless. Bye.